Now, someone gave me this and asked me what I think about it. And I think that a picture is capable of speaking 1,000 words. And this picture right here, it would be screaming in agony because it is in pain. There are so many things that are wrong with it that if it had a mouth, it would scream. In fact, this is the title of the video. This picture has no mouth and it must scream. So let's analyze it from an objective point of view because I understand objectivity doesn't exist. How about the fact that the artist didn't even bother making a background for these people here on the left? So they are hovering in the air. I don't know, maybe because they're X-Men and they're mutants, so they have their superpowers to hover. And they're trying to get to Charles Xavier School. Or maybe they're angels. This is what it means. They're angels and they're about to take off. And it's not just them, by the way. Even in the middle, you see people that are hovering in the air. Very bizarre. So, the person who drew this doesn't really give a fuck. He takes no pride in his work. Now, this would be acceptable if this was a low-budget indie company that's doing this. But this is Marvel. This is the best America has to offer when it comes to comic books. There is nothing better. This is America at its finest. The peak level of comic book. And if you want, as a reader, to bypass this, if you want, as a reader, to be a progressive individual that wants to support diversity, you need to start buying manga. Because it's on a level way ahead of what America is capable of. Like, I'm sorry, but Japan is so progressive, it has left America behind. When you go to America and you read a Marvel comic book, you're into reactionary territory. It is like so rooted in tradition, so rooted into conservatism, that the only way you can break the chains of conservatism and be truly free, you need to start reading manga. Because manga with less money wouldn't do something like this. And then you look at the human anatomy. Like, this is how an artist envisions the human figure. Asymmetrical, grotesque, with massive forehead. What on earth are they trying to do here? And look at the feet, the way they draw the feet as well. It's almost like they're made out of thin paper. I mean, look at the leg, the right leg of this guy. It's almost like it's made out of complete paper. Again, this is the best that America can do. There is nothing better. This is the epitome. Like, hundreds of years of struggle in order to perfect comic books, and this is the result. I mean, this girl, like, here, look at the way the artist drew the face. It's so bizarre, it's so uncanny, isn't it? And then there's this creepy pregnant woman, like, smiling on the side, like, what is going on here? And then, you know, like, the politics. They're in New York, and they're wearing without a mask, and they're not social distancing. Nani? Nani, what are you telling people? You know, someone might read the comic, I understand. Okay, this is from American Wisdom, filling me right now. They say that if a man sees an attractive woman in a comic book, then that would tell the man that it's okay to assault women. That is a progressive American value. Alright, so monkey see, monkey do, I suppose. And because of that, they need to desexualize the women, to take away from that evil male gaze with his fat wallet. So we can turn the male gaze to Japan. And that is beautiful. That is how you turn people progressive and make them support diversity. You turn the male gaze away from the West to Japan. Boom. That is perfect. I agree with that. But if we have this line of thinking that the life of people is educated, is shaped by comic books, why is no one here wearing a mask? Why are they not social distancing? What message are you sending to people? And then let's talk a little bit about the politics as well, the Latinx. By the way, Latinx is a slur. They have done numerous surveys and numerous polls by now. Even Latin people who support the Democrats, 40% of them are annoyed when they hear the word Latinx. Like, it's something created from the academia, from rich people. It comes down from wealthy, powerful individuals, university professors, okay? Like, they're not the poor. They're rich, they're powerful, and they're wealthy. And they created this mockery of a term, this Frankensteinian monstrosity that is butchering the Latin language, which is a gendered language, by the way. Romania is a Latin language, and the table has a gender. The penis has a gender. Like, everything has a gender. You understand this? This is how Latin languages work. If you actually studied a little bit of Latin, you would know. And it frustrates the university professor because the university professor has plans for society and they want to abolish gender. And then they see a language which is entirely made out of gender, unlike the English language, and it's like, God damn it, how do we fix it? I know, we're going to call this language Latinx, bonk. And it is very bizarre, it is very weird, because like, you're not fixing anything. The genders in the language still exist. Like, well, you know, at least the Russians, when the Soviets, when the actual communists, the strong communists came into my country to bring the power of socialism, they didn't create Romaninx or Latinx. No, they say you will speak Tovarish from now on. Ignore everything. You Tovarish. I'm Tovarish, you're Tovarish, the university professor is Tovarish. We are all equal Tovarish. It was much more beautiful because the communists were strong. American communists are weak. And all they can do is they look at the language and they go, Latinx. And Latin people don't like that. Why would they like it? It's not a grassroots thing. It's not a thing. So when you read a comic book, if you're from Latin, you get bombarded with these slurs. It's like the Latinx. What is this? The things. Yeah. How would you like it if we call you Americaninx? Huh? Would you like that? Would you like that? Americaninx. It's an Americaninx thing to say Latinx. Well, what if you call the Japanese people Japanese? Or the Chinese people Chinese? It's insulting. Well, if it's insulting to others and if it's insulting to you, stop it. Maybe you should just stop. And then is this interesting thing. Hispanics make America great. You see, in Romania, our problem isn't immigration, it's emigration. Like, too many people are leaving. So the hospitals are understaffed. I don't know who's going to pay my pension. The welfare system, the sacred welfare system is suffering because there's not enough people here, right? And everyone is going to work in Germany, they're working in Italy, they're working in other places. Imagine if I were to read a comic that says Romanians are making Germany great. And I'll be, motherfucker, why aren't you making Romania great? What about our parents? What about the people who live here? Like, can you make Romania great as well? Like, can you come here a little bit? Just come back. Just come back. Chotomate. Can you come back and make Romania great for a second? And then you can go and make Germany great. Isn't this like an interesting talking point? So imagine if people from Mexico read this comic. Like, imagine you're a Mexican, right? And you're reading Marvel. And it's like, Hispanics make America great. And you're looking at Mexico and you're looking at America. And you're looking at Mexico and you're looking at America. Can you not come over here, Hispanics? And help us get rid of the corruption, help us get rid of the cartels, help us boom our economy, make it like America? Why can't we have this conversation? Will they ever have a conversation in Marvel? How many issues do I need to buy before they raise that talking point? I mean, I'm probably sure they will at some point, and maybe they will tell me, like, I'm just asking a question. I'm pretty sure there is an answer. The answer must be, it's like, why aren't Hispanics making Mexico just as great? It's a question, right? Because we need to find the solution. Because I want Mexico to be great. I want every place to be great. Right? I want Romania to be great. And maybe there is an answer to this solution that the wise people at Marvel can figure out. Because clearly, they're not spending money on their artists. So I'm pretty sure they're spending all the money on the storytellers. So maybe the storytellers can tell us the philosophical question that I'm asking. By the way, New York welcomes refugees. Did you look at how they're treating refugees from Cuba in the United States right now? Oh, I should talk about that on my main channel, shouldn't I? Well, it turns out that the refugees from Cuba are more likely to vote Republican, so they're not as welcomed. Google it. Look it up. Seriously, like, it's a thing. Look up refugees from Cuba not welcome U.S. And you will see some fascinating articles about what's happening there. Anyway, right. Lovely comic. I mean, this is what a comic book should do, right? Like, with one panel, it sparked just so many conversations. And the conclusion is that I need to go read manga right now. I think the new issue of Rental Girlfriend is out. See, I'm more of a stupid person. I don't understand politics, like all of this. No, I just want to see a guy trying to win over a girl. As a beautiful romantic comedy, you know, as a man, I am breaking the gender stereotype, reading some romantic novels. And I'll leave you guys to tell me what you think about it in the comment section. Take care.